The whole concept of the show was really interesting to me because, you know, when I was a kid, we used to play manhunt, tag, all that stuff. And I was actually pretty decent at it, you know, running around, hiding and stuff. That was my thing back then. So hey, the tag already had me thinking about it. And then they said it's going to be like more of a extreme element to it, you know, ultimate. So you're going to be jumping around, and I'm like, oh, well, that's kind of like parkour. And they're like, yes, that's exactly like parkour. And I'm like, I do parkour. And they're like, dude, nice. That could be your thing. And I'm like, that could be my thing. So it all kind of came together in this perfect way that made it like the ultimate opportunity for me to one, grow as an athlete, and two, demonstrate the skills that I've learned over the years.
How did you train for something like that? I guess you were already training for years.
So. Yeah, I mean, I've always liked to bounce around on top of things, climb trees, jump on buildings and stuff like that. And I was obsessed with Spider-Man when I was little, so watching him run up walls, it's pretty good idol there. But you know, once I knew for sure that I was going to be on the show, I definitely went back to my track and field workouts, the sprints, get the endurance up. I started going actually downtown Greenville to practice running up obstacles and my agility and everything, make sure I still had it, and I just pretty much did it every day until the show came out.
How long have you been doing parkour?
I'd say I started doing things like parkour-ish when I was probably like 12 years old, but I wouldn't call it parkour. I'd say I really started probably about 17. That's when I really got into it and started actually trying to free run and getting fast with it, kind of developing my own style. So,
what's your favorite part of it? Like, how does it make you feel when you're doing it?
Okay, I don't know if anybody, most people I would say haven't experienced this, but if it's nighttime, especially in a downtown area, and you're just free running, you're just going really fast through obstacles, over things, through things, onto things. And it's almost like a sense of extreme freedom, you know. Like running at night for me is one thing, just going on a jog. But when you combine that with the speed and the power and the unpredictability of jumping on things and just doing stuff that normal people really can't do without practice, so it really gives me a great sense of freedom.
What was it like to compete on the obstacle course?
The obstacle course is crazy. I wanted can I talk about the show? Like
I mean, it's already aired, right?
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, so you're fine. Anything that's already aired, sure.
True, but so we were sitting there getting ready to be filmed and everything, and they would give us a rundown of the course, and they'd explain to us what the rules were and everything, and I'd just be sitting there wanting to go on it, and they give us about a minute to practice on it, and that 1 minute of practice was like the happiest moment of my life. That it was like it was designed for parkour, right? And then, you know, I go back a couple hours later, I finally get my turn to film, and it was even better with the lights and the cameras and the crowd. It was incredible, the courses.
What's next for you?
What's next? Yeah, a lot is coming up. This is the first step of many, and you know, I might be moving out to LA in the next year or two. I got a bunch of YouTube stuff started up. Right now, YouTube is my main gig, and that's one of the reasons that I tried to get on TV in the first place, is to build the YouTube up. But I got this insane channel coming out, just Chay Denne. It's going to be like challenging myself how to live on a roof for 24 hours, 24-hour shower. Like, what are the extremes? Getting run over by a car safely. Like, what are the extremes of the human body and the human mind? That's my philosophy for this new channel. So anything that makes someone look up and go, what? That's going to be on the channel.
Okay. So talk about that. What made you this type of person?
I've always pushed the limits ever since I was little. My mom said that right after I learned how to walk, I started picking things up, and Honestly, I believe it because that's been my whole life. I push limits and I'm just never satisfied. I'm happy, but I'm never satisfied. So that's just my personality.
Anything else you'd like to add about the show that you want viewers to know about you or the show or anything that I didn't ask?
Everybody push for season 2. Push for season 2. I want there to be a season 2. But the show is just amazing. The last obstacle course, I couldn't have asked for a better one. It was designed for me. Oh, and the screen. A lot of people were actually contacting me about breaking the screen. I don't know if you saw it, but I ran into a flat screen and totally broke the crap out of it. I was pretty freaked out at first, but then I moved on from it. But I just want to say that it had to happen. It's gonna happen. So.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
Of course.